What's up, everybody? My name is Lee Shaner, and you're tuned into You Feel Me. So, you guys touring? Or you guys are touring right now?
Yeah? We are, yes.
In the middle of a tour?
Yep.
We are on tour.
You guys tour a lot?
This has been the least we've ever toured. We went from touring, like on our last album cycle, we toured nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the first time that touring has been a little bit more sporadic.
When was that last album? 2012?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a long time between albums in the modern day.
Yes.
I would say, like, you know, in the traditional music industry, it's a perfectly normal amount of time to create a second record.
Yep.
But you guys took a long break, right? Yeah.
It wasn't.
But it wasn't a break. You were working the whole time.
Yeah.
Right.
So what, just touring month after month for that first record cycle, or what?
We were touring for 2.5 years.
Wow. That is a
like
long time.
Straight, pretty much.
It was a lot, yeah.
And then the next 4 years were spent trying to write an album.
Wow. How was the 2.5 years of touring your first experience touring full time?
Basically.
Full time.
That
yeah.
to that
like
extent.
that.
Yeah.
How was it on mental health and relationships?
Not good.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, it's hard kind of being thrown into that world. I love it now, but like it's definitely hard at first when you're constantly traveling, you're not really sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
At that point we were staying with a lot of strangers and on floors and couches, and
there was no. It was a really uncomfortable experience at that time. I mean, you have to do it. You have to start that way, but it is way more difficult. It makes touring now, where we have a hotel every night, feel like
so
luxury.
luxurious.
Mama, we made it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it seems like the first tour is always kind of a be careful what you wish for situation. It's like you spend your whole life dreaming of being a touring musician, and then you get on the road and you're like, what have I done?
What do I do?
What have I done? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a spot that weeds out a lot of people. Like, it takes a lot for you to get past that and be like, yeah, I still want to do this, even though that was like a nightmare.
Yeah, that's true. What size venues are you guys playing at first? Or over that 2.5 years, did it go from like really small venues to like by the end you're playing bigger venues? Or
well, it was all support tours, really.
Yeah, we didn't do. Somehow we did no real headlining tours. We did random headline shows, but this is the first time we went into it being like, okay, we're gonna start focusing on headline shows.
Yeah, it's our first full U.S. headline tour ever.
Does it feel a little better?
It feels so much.
Yeah.
It feels so much better, and I think we're way better at touring in general. So we've only done like random support things here and there. So, but it doesn't feel the same. It doesn't feel as exhausting as it did before. I feel really energized by touring now, where before I was just like, how do I get home?
There are so many things against you when you're the opening touring act, because not only do you have to worry about fighting the battle of winning the crowd every night because they're not there to see you, then you also have to play the politics of like not being the bad tour mates because the headlining band is doing you a favor, so you got to like play the proper courtesan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that stuff, and it's probably very exhausting, yeah?
The politics, I think, of the touring world, I think that part is the most annoying part.
Yeah.
Just because not everyone is the same way, but there's definitely a hierarchy that's like established right away. And so does kind of feel like, okay, I know my place.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
Don't look the lead singer of the other band in the eye. He doesn't like it. That's you know, like stupid shit.
Yeah. It's not like we haven't had that experience.
No,
but
we've been pretty lucky.
Yeah.
But it is nice being on this side of it and like bringing someone out to support us and like making sure they're having a good time. And
yeah, because we know what it's like to be on the other side and just feel like you're there, but no one wants you there.
Right, absolutely. So, you guys from Minnesota?
Yep.
Yes.
Born and raised, or are you guys transplants to Minnesota, or what?
I've been there my whole life.
Yeah.
I grew up in Minnesota and then Virginia, and then back to Minnesota.
Yeah. What took you to Virginia?
My mom's job.
Yeah.
We moved to Richmond for 5 years when I was 10 to 15, and then back to Minnesota.
Well, that's like such an awkward time to move away.
It was the worst possible ages to move.
Yeah.
But
so tell me about it. You grow up in Minnesota and you just have this like, do you have like an outdoorsy life? I picture Minnesota people like ice fishing and playing hockey on the lake or something.
It was a lot. It was a lot of skiing.
Yeah, skiing.
I really was outside a lot. It wasn't like sports necessarily,
hockey,
but like a lot of biking, a lot of like playing catch.
Making snow forts.
Yeah.
Hell
just playing in the yard, climbing trees.
Going to Twins games. No.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I definitely went to Twins games when I was younger.
Few. I wish I would have gone to more.
My mom took me.
It's not too late, Brad.
No.
You're right.
We've gone to some together with my mom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have. At least two. At least two.
It's not very many, but
all right.
We could do better.
Twins, give these guys season tickets.
Yeah, that's it. We go from couple to season tickets.
So you have this established life in Minnesota. You're this outdoorsy kid having all this fun with all your friends, and then your mom just uproots you. Like,
yes, she did.
And like,
thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. For real. So what's Richmond like? What's the culture shock like?
There was no culture shock for me. But I just didn't have any friends, and I was really shy when I was younger. And when I was in elementary school, I had a lot of friends. And then as soon as middle school started, I started getting picked on every day. And so that was when I was in Virginia. Until I was in 9th grade, I was still getting picked on, but I finally made a best friend. And then we moved when I was in 10th grade back to Minnesota.
Right,
so
right
I was
after you got a best friend.
My teen angst was
off the charts.
Yeah. I was so pissed.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
What kind of music did you get into listening with this teenage angst?
Linkin Park, a lot of Linkin Park. It was very confusing though. It was like Linkin Park, Destiny's Child. Like I was very confused.
You were like put in the now this is music 26 and this is my shit.
Sort of.
Yeah.
It was like that scattered, but it was just I would like go to Target and be like, what album art like looks angry, you know?
Yeah, for certain. The 90s were a good time, or the early 2000s were a good time because you could pick out like.
You had to pick based on the album.
You just look
art.
at an album cover and be like, yeah, that one looks cool.
Yeah.
I found a lot of great albums that way on accident.
I found a lot of bad albums that way too.
It's a scale that balances each other out.
Yeah.
You know? Did you guys know each other as kids?
No.
Not
till 15.
Oh, so you guys met right when she moved back.
Right when I moved back.
Yeah.
Like right when I moved back.
What was your Minnesota childhood like? Also lots of biking?
Yeah. It was lots of me like trying to be good at sports and trying to like do everything that my neighbor friends were good at. And
were
I
you
was
second baseman?
Huh?
Second baseman?
Is that in baseball?
It is baseball. No?
Baseman, Brett?
Yeah. I didn't play baseball. I tried soccer for a while and that was fine.
Yeah.
But like I really wanted to be good at skateboarding and like BMX biking. I like got a BMX bike and I didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah.
And other than that, I would just like be in my house trying to write music and
even
listening
as a kid,
to the Backstreet Boys and Hanson.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was your shit, the Backstreet Boys.
Yes, and Eiffel 65 and Daft Punk.
Nice. Well, you had like an eclectic up-tempo kind of appeal as a kid, huh?
Yeah. So that was me.
That was a lot of Hanson for me too.
Lots of Hanson. I had a sketchbook full of drawings that I drew of them.
Really?
I tried to draw Britney Spears, but I didn't want anyone to know I liked Britney Spears, so I would fold it up into little teeny tiny pieces so no one, like, it would be really folded. So no one would know that I was trying to draw Britney Spears.
You couldn't just like hide your book somewhere.
No, because someone could open my notebook at any moment.
But if you ever found those old drawings of Britney Spears, like people would buy them on eBay.
They're
now,
long
probably.
gone. I recycled them long ago.
So sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have kept them.
Were your parents musical? Like, where did you get this hankering to want to write songs so young?
Yeah, my dad used to play in bands, and he bought me my first guitar and taught me how to play it. And before that, I don't know, I was just always, we had a piano at my house, and I would always just sit there and like try and figure out how to play it. I eventually taught myself how to. And
your parents didn't make you take lessons?
They tried, and I hated it.
Really? But you taught yourself?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I don't know. I always tried to like have a band with friends, and it never. I played in like the middle school talent show once.
Yeah. None of your friends probably had like the same drive as you when it came to the music, or what?
I don't know.
It's probably just the wrong friends to be in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was like a lot more serious about it.
Yeah.
I had my sights set high, and yeah.
You were a lifer early on.
I was.
Like,
I'm
in the shits.
You were not, though, when we started.
Yeah, then, well, yes.
You were not a lifer.
Well, once I got to high school, and like, you know how in high school they like terrify you that you have to go to college or your life is over.
Yes, I do.
So that happened to me, and I like growing up, I was always like, I couldn't break rules. I was like so anxious about doing everything right. So when that happened, I was like, God, I have to go to college. Otherwise, my life is over. Right. I can't be in a band. That's not going to work.
You really did do that.
But in the back of my mind, I really wanted to. So I went to school for music, and I hated it, just like piano lessons. I was like, what do you mean you're like telling me how I should be writing music? I don't like that. And I have to go to sight singing class and sing do, re, mi shit to people that I don't know. And then Casey pulled me out of it, and then
yeah, it's almost like when you have something within you already that you have the passion to learn on your own, there's almost a physical aversion to it when someone tries to teach you it.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is making it shitty for me, you know?
Yeah.
It's like making your love your job or something. Eventually it just becomes the thing you get paid for.
I think just for creative stuff, it's hard to tell people how to be creative.
Totally.
You just have to kind of figure it out.
Yeah. Well, so when you guys met at 15, was there instant chemistry between the two of you?
No.
I don't mean that in like a fucking weird boy meets girl way. No. I mean were you guys like, oh, hey, a band, yeah.
I don't think
not
so.
Right away. She thought I didn't like her at first.
Yeah, I definitely thought Brad didn't like me because I was trying so hard to like make friends with people, and Brad, our personalities didn't understand each other at first. It was not like there was no animosity or anything, but I was just like, okay, doesn't like me, got it.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like a deterrent at all. Obviously, we still were like continually around each other all the time.
How so? Did you guys have mutual friends or something?
Yeah.
We
did. She kind of came into our friend group when she moved, and I don't remember how we like actually became.
I feel like we just started. Well, the friend group that we're in, which was 2 other people.
You guys were very popular.
Yes,
like, I get it. Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
we had so many friends.
We had
it's
so
not
many
even funny.
2 other friends. Just surrounded by these 2.
People were always just asking for invites to be our friends.
You guys had epic games of Uno going on.
No, but that's serious. We really did in high school.
Yeah.
We would go to Starbucks and play Uno for like hours every day.
I mean, I know because I'm psychic and I guessed that.
I'm kind of freaked out. You even made a joke about Uno because we really did.
What's up, guys? I'm Nardwar. And no. What was it like when you got back to Minnesota? Like, I would imagine you're maybe going through an awkward phase of becoming a woman and or maybe just getting past that and you're trying to find your place in the world, and then all of a sudden you're uprooted again back to Minnesota. Were you just like a crazy person trying to find the friends, or were you super shy, or like
I was a crazy person internally.
Yeah.
But I also like gave up very quickly. I was just like, I have no friends, that's it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing to this. I just will never have a friend again was what I had resigned to. But we met at marching band camp.
Okay.
So it was kind of it. Yeah.
So you were in band as well. Both of you guys played instruments.
Yeah.
What did you play in high school? Were you still on the keys?
Trombone.
You were playing trombone. What were you? That's a very fucking cool instrument, man.
Sure is.
That one gets all the chicks. What were you playing?
I started taking drum lessons when I was 8.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I was in drumline.
And so were you a snare?
I was bass drum, and then snare.
Nice.
So bass for 2 years, snare for 2 years.
Which one was more fun?
They were both fun.
Yeah.
They're different.
Mm-hmm.
But Brad and I were both section leaders eventually.
Section leaders?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys were both the leads of, you were the drum leader and you're the trombone leader or the brass leader?
Well, I switched to frontline percussion after 2 years, so I was on the like mallet. We were like stationary.
Those
in
like
the front.
Oh yeah. Wow.
So we were.
Yeah, we were the leaders. We got to whip people into shape. We got to yell at people for not practicing.
Nice.
They didn't listen, but we took that very seriously as well.
So marching band all 4 years?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. And then is marching band year round, or do you guys play in other bands within the high school as well?
We were in
basically every musical activity.
Yeah,
we were in think of.
Marching band. We were in normal band, in concert band. We were in orchestra. We were in pit orchestra. We were in pep band, jazz band. We were in
winter drum line,
and that was the year.
That's tight. So you guys were like fully in it. And then we also
went to additional band camps as well.
We were crazy people.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of fun. It sounds like a coming of age movie you guys just told me, you know?
I miss it.
Yeah,
I miss it every day, genuinely.
Mm-hmm. So were band camps in the summer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you guys learn at band camp?
Well, we learned our shows.
But what did you learn as humans at band camp?
I learned that, like, guys in, like, dorm rooms never go to sleep, and I love to sleep early. So I would be upset every night when everyone
you were just like a 60-year-old trapped in a 15-year-old's body?
Yes. Yeah, I was like, God, go to bed. The lights are off. What are you laughing about right now?
But it doesn't make sense because that's me, too. But you fall asleep every night.
I've learned how to turn it into my comfort. I think. Okay. I hated it. Now it's how I fall asleep. People being loud next to me.
Every night. Well, anytime Brad sleeps at my house, I'm like playing video games loudly, like with the lights on, and Brad will just like pass out in my bed.
So fast. I don't know what happened to me.
Or like at our hotel at night, there's 4 of us in a room right now, and 2 of us are like loudly talking, watching TV with the lights on, and Brad is instantly asleep.
You picked up a good skill at band camp. Just learned how to sleep through anything.
See, that's what I learned at band camp.
That's the human lesson right there.
I learned that there is so much ego involved in a lot of things, and that it was the first experience I'd ever had with like male ego. Yeah. You know, I'd never really experienced that anywhere else.
The fragility of male ego.
Yeah, and since I practice all the time and it was something that I was really good at, how much that upset people around me, like me being section leader, me being better than a lot of the guys.
Yeah.
It was so weird. I didn't understand that feeling until then, or I was very confused by it. And so that was my first like experience with that. And honestly, I feel like it was almost worse than like music now, just because it was high school probably. So
there was no filter.
Blooming, no filter.
So you got like an early crash course in the misogyny of the music industry, kind of.
Honestly.
And also, but
is that something that you feel like you still have to deal with on a, I don't know, like not daily basis, but perhaps like pretty often?
It's like it's something that it's weird because I don't feel any different like being a female in a band. Like I don't go into every day being like, here I am, like
hear me roar.
Yeah, or like here I am again, another day in the life of music as a woman. Like I don't really think about it that often, but I am reminded of it in certain situations of just like weird sound people, like sound guys being like just
talking to him instead of talking to you or something.
Yeah, or like just like sweetheart, sweetie, honey, like it's just kind of like
it definitely comes up, but like I feel like we're surrounded by people who aren't that way.
So it's, I feel like we're in a pretty protected bubble, especially now that we travel with our own crew. We don't have to really work with many other people other than who we've chosen already. So, but yeah, on the positive note of marching band and stuff, I feel like I learned to be part of a team kind of and to like that, like to find somewhere to fit in, and that I liked that feeling.
Yeah.
Especially going from being like, I have no friends.
Right.
To
now the whole drum line is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my friend. I love doing this.
Yeah. So that's where you met your two other friends that you guys had?
Yeah.
Was in band stuff?
Yes.
And so how long was you guys' friendship before it was like, maybe we should start making music together?
It was pretty quick.
Was
within
it?
the first
Once school started, we figured it out pretty quick, I think.
Yeah, it was within the first few months.
And was it like, wait, you like Hanson? I like Hanson. Like
No, she like taught me about like Avril Lavigne and
bands,
like Thursday and Jimmy Eat World,
and
I suddenly
Death Cab.
started wearing like tight band T-shirts and like wristbands.
Did you have like the emo
Oh
bands?
yes.
Yeah, you did.
You bet.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
You
Yeah.
bet I did.
me too.
Nice.
Yeah, but I feel like it happened quickly.
Yeah, I still like I don't remember like the timeline except for you showing me that first thing that you wrote and you were so scared.
Yeah, I remember because I'd already been to your house and like had we made our like goofy songs at that point?
Maybe that's how it started. We made like stupid high school joke songs.
Yeah.
We just
what
like,
else were we gonna do?
you know, when you're younger and you like record everything you do and laugh at it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not everyone does that, but
That's a post Jackass world. Yes, everybody does that.
yeah, like, but it would be like through a song. Like
Yeah.
it would be like recording our voices, like having fake shows or like doing interviews about characters that don't exist. Like it was just
we basically
us.
made our own SNL for
Yeah, we just like
ourselves.
cracked
Wow.
each other up,
Yeah.
but in the form of like writing really bad, intentionally bad songs.
And so would you guys try to out bad song each other? Like would you write one,
Yeah.
you write one, or would you
it
collaborate?
we would
It would just turn
collectively
into this eruption of like
hysterical
laughter that would
yeah,
never end.
That's
yeah.
funny.
Lots of distorted
like scream
clipping.
laughing. Yeah.
digital distortion.
Mhm.
Yeah, like peeking out the mics and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But
You're all up in the red.
Yep.
Yeah. That said, making each other laugh, were you also being like musically astute and like they were playing chords and stuff, or playing keys and like actually having some progressions and writing songs and just
Yeah.
not realize?
I think I learned a lot of my production
From
like
recording.
the bedrock of my production skills, making joke Christmas songs.
Nice.
Yeah.
It wasn't like in GarageBand or something?
No, at that point it was in Cakewalk, and I was like I was either using a lot of like dumb MIDI sounds or
Yeah.
just recording this like terrible, stupid Yamaha keyboard I had.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like with playing the drums on the keys.
Mhm. I have so many memories of you tracking drums on the keys, like the MIDI drums on the keyboard.
Do you guys have any of those songs archived?
They're somewhere.
They're somewhere. They're on like a million CDs.
I gotta find them.
I have some in my basement.
This to me sounds like a marvelous collection of music to put on like a B-sides and rarities type of
Yeah,
thing.
sounds like-
totally.
As interludes, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
In
This is-
between
Bonus
songs.
tracks.
I
Yeah.
think this is something no one should ever hear. I don't think anyone ever needs to hear what we've done.
Or do they? Maybe this is exactly what the world needs right now.
Maybe they need.
This could bring peace to our
Do
world.
you hear what I see? The classic Christmas song.
But it's like, do you hear what I pee or something?
No,
Oh.
it's not. Do you hear what I see? You know, do you see what I see?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's subtle.
That is a fantastic
it's smart humor.
Yeah, that is smart.
Yeah.
And that went.
Yeah.
So, oh shit, I'm going straight to like the P jokes and everything. I'm like,
Do
yeah,
you hear
C
what I
rhymes
see?
with P. That's funny. So how long until you guys stop making the joke songs and are like, wait a second, like there's something here? That's your scary, the thing you were scared to show him.
Yeah, because we had kind of done those things, and then one day it came out that I was learning to play guitar, and I was trying to, like, I just started playing guitar when I moved back to Minnesota, and so I was just talking about it for some reason and how I just started trying to record my ideas on a 4-track cassette thing, and
Where'd you get a 4-track from?
my dad had it.
Was your dad musical as well?
Yeah, he was.
That's tight.
He's always played guitar in bands and stuff like that.
Yeah, nice.
And so
Wait, so did you guys families become best friends too?
our dads are very similar.
They're chummy with each other
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
They always joke, this is the best thing,
that they're gonna make a band like yours,
a cover band of what do they call it? Later.
Yo,
yeah,
that tickles my dad joke heart right there. That is amazing.
Yep,
Later,
they really like that joke.
Shout out to your dads. That's
Yeah.
a funny joke to me. I don't know.
Hey Mark. Hey Chris.
Mark and Chris.
Yeah.
So watch out for their debut.
Later.
It's gonna be hot.
Well, no, because you guys have known each other for so long now. I feel like realistically, in the scheme of things, like parents become best friends with their kids or with their kids' friends' parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They're definitely very familiar with each other. Like your family comes over for holiday parties and stuff like that.
Yeah, I could see like a big Thanksgiving now Thanksgiving.
We have done that.
We have. At least once a year, your family comes over to my house for some gathering.
Yep.
Yeah.
That shit is adorable.
That's so cute.
It is really cute. So sorry to interrupt. You had a 4-track from your dad, who's also musical, Mark and Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, you guys convinced me to show you what I had recorded.
Like between an Uno game.
Probably.
Yeah, it was one day after school in my basement. You were like, just what have you?
I remember it was in front of your TV.
Yeah, downstairs, and I was just horrified. I was so embarrassed. I felt so embarrassed. I didn't want anyone to hear it, but you guys made me show you, and you were like, "It's good. It's good." And I just was like, "Please, let's never talk about this again." But
then I like started trying to make you
let's work
stuff
on it. Let's work on it. And so then, like every day, we started doing some form of something.
Then her mom got us into a recording studio in Minneapolis, and we thought we were so cool.
Yeah, my mom had a friend who worked at a recording studio, and he cut an acoustic track for us.
Yeah.
And we were like, whoa, we did it.
We're the big times now.
Yeah.
We had a photo shoot.
We were in the big times.
What's the expression?
We hit the big time. It's not big times.
Oh, whatever. Well,
you're fine, dude.
You got what I mean.
I got it.
We had our first photo shoot like at a real place.
Yeah, my mom really was trying.
She hooked it up.
Your mom's like a stage mom.
Yeah. She did do random things like that.
When you guys first start working on the tunes, is it one of these things where it becomes just the ultimate obsession and you guys are feeling like you want to work on it all the time? Are you getting together after school working on stuff and then at home like on AOL sending the tracks back and forth to each other?
Well, I don't think you could do that at this point.
No.
Oh, okay.
I think the internet wasn't allowed. I don't remember being able to send.
You could send things back and forth. I remember I would
songs.
You could send recordings.
I don't think we were advanced between the two of us enough to do that.
I remember being able to send audio files, but like
we got really excited about it, and like one day, maybe this was towards the end of high school, we finally put our music on Pure Volume.
Pure Volume in MySpace.
And we thought it was the
coolest
like, day ever.
We made it.
We like designed our profile all cool.
Yeah.
We had our like promo pics.
It was pretty much the same thing as an album release, us putting up a MySpace. You know, we were like, we did it. But the best part is we made our MySpace and Pure Volume accounts before we put any songs up. And so everyone was like, whoa, like what
They're
is
just
this?
waiting. They're like,
waiting.
When are you guys going to drop?
When are you dropping
a
song? When are you dropping a song? And then
you're like, wait for it, son.
Yeah.
And so when it drops, does it start gaining some traction within your your friend group and stuff?
It really did.
Yeah.
Even outside of that.
It
went bigger than the high school.
Yeah, it went to like other
No one at
Midwest.
our high school cared about us.
No one at our high school ever cared about us.
Little did they know. So like what happens when you put out the first song? Do like were blogs picking it up? Was it the blogosphere thing?
It was just within MySpace.
Yeah.
It was within specifically the MySpace community.
Were you guys like scene kids? Was it like
no?
Not really.
I mean maybe like a
I feel like
it just was.
We never really fit into any of those things that were going on at that time. We were just I feel like I was maybe trying a little bit at one point, but I wasn't very good at
I feel like
being that way.
the whole MySpace community was like a little all kind of the same type of thing at that point, you know? So we fit the profile of people on MySpace at the time.
Yeah, for sure.
But
so you guys start promoting yourselves through MySpace and it picks up, and like was there a moment on MySpace where you guys were feeling yourselves like, oh yeah, we're like, we can do this, like this is a big break, we hit the big times?
I feel like
that was a callback. Go ahead.
We hit the big times. Throwing it back to that inside joke.
I don't know if there was like a moment on MySpace really. It just was like a gradual kind of growth, and then.
And this is what, junior, senior year?
Probably senior.
I think senior.
So you guys are putting the stuff out into the stratosphere around the time that it's like, oh, what am I supposed to do with my life? Like,
Yes,
I'm gonna go to
my
college.
midlife crisis was starting to happen at that point.
It might have been 7. It might have been, I don't know, 17,
it was around
something
then.
like that.
Yeah. Did you have college plans, or were you like, nah?
No, I didn't go to college.
Yeah. What were you gonna do if it was, or like, was music it? No backup plan?
Yeah.
Basically.
I didn't even finish high school. I just was like, I don't want to do anything else.
Yeah.
And I would just play music all day with my dog.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of dog you got?
He was a mix. He was a beagle, Chihuahua, terrier. Like he was, I don't know.
Sounds like a genetic freak. Shout out dogs.
Yeah.
Shout out. So you drop out of school. How does your family react to that?
It wasn't good.
I'm sure.
It wasn't good.
Were your folks still together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It was hard. I hated school. I had you were my friend, but I didn't really, I still got made fun of in high school. So I didn't like going. And also when I was in Virginia, I was ahead. And so when we first moved to Minnesota, I was ahead, and then I just like stopped doing work. So I kind of like slowly retracted back to being on like the pace I was supposed to be on. And then I just got so bored with everything. And then I just was like, I don't like, the curriculum was different, and it was easier, and it felt really pointless to me at that point.
So you're smart. That's what you're trying to say. You're very smart.
I don't know if I'm smart, but I like to learn things, and I don't like
she doesn't know if she's smart, Brad. Get out of here.
She is.
You're smart.
I'm like continually looking things up. Like I like to just know things.
You're a lifelong learner. You have an innate curiosity. Yeah. So you were learning at your own pace, and you decided like, okay, the schooling isn't going to help me, so I'm going to like pursue my own passions. So you sit at home and you're shedding, basically. Is that what it is? Like you sat at home playing all the time?
Yeah.
Were you writing tons of music at that time?
I was writing all the time. I wasn't like, it was kind of before understanding how to complete a song, really. And our songs were way more scattered. Like the structure wasn't the same, but it was just like writing ideas all the time.
Did any of those ideas then end up on your debut album?
Well, so we had 2 EPs.
Yeah.
And then an album, and then
the like official debut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like some of the ones for the EPs did.
Yeah.
Those definitely did.
Yeah.
And so was it kind of heartbreaking for the band when you go off to college? Where did you go?
It was heartbreaking for me.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rift for a second there.
Yeah. Were you mad at him?
I wasn't.
Were you mad at me?
It hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
And I was a teenager, so I acted mad because it hurt my feelings.
The secondary emotion.
Yeah, and not understanding how to process those kinds of things.
So where'd you go?
I went to a school called St. Olaf College, which was like an hour away. So it wasn't like bad. I went across the country, but it was still far enough away where I wasn't home.
Yeah.
And it was before cell phones.
Yeah, I didn't have a cell phone yet.
You did.
I got one my second year.
Right. So we would just...
I had to call on the landline.
Yo, with a phone card, a long distance card. Do you remember having those?
No.
Oh man, I didn't have a cell phone until I was like 24, and so I had like phone cards, prepaid ones, and
it
got to the point where I had like 26 digits memorized, to call somebody. Yeah. Anyway. I don't know how I memorized anything back then.
You had to.
You had to. I remember memorizing everyone's phone number.
I still know yours.
It was so easy back then.
Yeah,
now don't ask me to do that now.
Yeah, no, exactly. So St. Olaf, how did you like it?
Well, like I said, I was a music major at first, and I hated it.
Right.
So then I switched to being... My other interest was graphic design.
Yeah.
And so they didn't have that there. They had studio art.
Yeah.
So I switched to that. And then I was like, why am I paying $1 billion a year to learn how to paint a picture? Yeah. So then I transferred to an art school in Minneapolis, and that was actually amazing. And I got a lot of great experience there. But then we started going on tour, and I was like, see ya. Can't do my homework anymore. Bye.
So things picked up touring wise that quick, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Once I moved back to Minneapolis.
Yeah. How did you guys end up on the road? What was that break?
Our first tour was a Paramore tour.
You guys started with Paramore?
Overseas.
Yo, that's
2009.
Mm-hmm.
2009. That was our first tour in an arena. It was so dumb.
In an arena?
No, it wasn't dumb. We were dumb.
No. It was dumb, like mind blowing. Yeah. Not dumb, like it was dumb in a bad way.
We had no idea what we were doing.
Dumb because how crazy.
How we found ourselves in that position.
I get it. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
Yeah. Just like.
It's mind blowing.
Yes.
I mean, had you guys played a lot of shows previous? Did you have your chops up?
Coffee shops.
Yeah, coffee shops.
So you guys didn't have arena chops.
No.
Yeah. So you're just getting thrown to the wolves. Well, how did that feel?
Shocking.
It was very shocking.
Scary.
It was terrifying, and we did some random little bar kind of tours, but I had to get my tonsils out a few weeks before.
It's a smart move for a vocalist, though. Your voice probably got even better, huh?
I don't know if my voice got better, but I stopped getting sick all the time because I was getting sick to the point where I couldn't eat or drink.
Tell me about it. Mine used to touch in the back of my throat. Yeah. It was disgusting.
My throat would close up, so if I took a drink, it would come up my nose. It wouldn't even go down. Yeah.
Yuck.
So I got my tonsils out a few weeks before that tour.
So you had to cancel the bar tour?
No, I mean before Paramore.
Oh, before the Paramore thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I was panicking, being like, my voice is not.
I'm not supposed to sing yet. I'm
back to normal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I could sing, but it wasn't back to where I wanted it to be. And also, I didn't know how to sing then anyway. We'd never really, we had no idea what we were doing. It was a really good learning experience, and they were
very nice to us.
They were the best band to go on your first tour with.
Yeah. How were their audiences to you? Supportive?
They were. A lot of them were.
A lot of them were, yes.
I mean, it was every time we go back overseas now, it's it's lots of those people are I saw you in 2009.
Yeah, I saw you 10 years ago when you toured with Paramore.
Wow, it's crazy to us.
How does a young band like that end up on an arena tour with Paramore? Who found you guys?
Well, Haley found us from an AP, an ad in AP. Yeah. And so her and I would talk on AIM at the time, just kind of chatty. And
were you guys able to send files back and forth at that point? No, I'm just kidding. This is Tech Talk with Lee Trainer.
Yeah. No. I think you could send files at that point.
I'm just joking.
Anyway, no, but I mean, Haley. I'm really thinking about it. Anyway, yeah, so we would just kind of chit chat every once in a while, nothing crazy.
Were they already extremely famous at that point?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were Paramore.
This was
they were already Paramore.
This was right before Brand New Eyes.
No. Yes. But no. This thing that I'm talking about wasn't. Oh. This was Riot days.
Oh, yeah.
So,
or right before Riot.
Did you have any sense of being starstruck talking to her, or was it just oh, this is just my destiny?
People in music don't really make me nervous.
Yeah.
The only person I've ever been nervous around is Fred Armisen. Anyway,
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it wasn't nervous. It was just more weird and cool.
Yeah.
That's someone who, I've always been a huge Paramore fan.
Yeah.
They're one of the greatest bands I think ever.
Shout out Paramore. Those big words coming from now. You heard it here first.
They are.
They are.
But yeah, so, and also we just got a booking agent, and we had the same booking agent.
Okay. There you go. So that it all just came together.
Yeah.
Yeah, righteous. And so that lasted a while, and then the touring just continued, or what? Or did you already had the album out? Or the
we had our first record out.
I think our first full-length album was out, which is our third release, but our first full-length.
Yeah. And did you guys acquire more bandmates?
Yeah, we had 5 people total at that point.
Not for Paramore.
Yeah.
No.
Me, you, Jess, Christine, Brittany.
Yeah, okay, we did.
Yeah. So when you guys invite other people to come be in the band that you guys created, is there any I don't know, is there any power plays over control of the creativity or anything like that, or does it feel weird inviting other people into your musical world?
I think for us, it's always been Brad and I.
Yeah.
It's been like that's how we started.
You compartmentailize it that way, like it's our shit. Yeah.
But it always has started. Things get muddled when we bring other people in.
Yeah.
Without like the clarity of.
We've learned a lot.
Yeah, we've had to learn a lot.
Yeah.
Be clear in that way, because it's hard in a creative field like this where it's very intimate.
Yeah.
You know, working on music.
Yeah, you're cooped up together in a studio for weeks at a time or something, and then people want to throw in their 2 cents and
right.
So you just have to be clear about it, and I think that's a huge lesson that we've learned over these, I don't know how long we've been doing this, 10 years, 9 years.
More than that.
So the process of making the second album, the one that took the last one that took 4 years, you guys put it out this year, yeah. What is it, Saved?
Saved, yeah.
Yes, okay. Good memory. No. Anyway, was some of that time spent learning or relearning your creative process and understanding that, like, to get to where we want to go, it just needs to be the 2 of us, and we got to like stop listening to outside voices?
Yep.
Yeah, because everything, it was the first 3 releases were just us. Then the 4th release was an EP, and that was 3 of us. The next release was 3 of us, and then for Saved, we went back to the 2 of us. So it just was kind of like, we just went back to
the basics.
Back to the basics.
Yeah, indeed. Some of the best music comes from just going back to the basics. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it feels better that way.
It does.
Yeah.
I think for this project, it's what it needs to be.
Going forward in your lives and career, how do you keep the same energy and that same passion that you've had since you guys were 15-year-olds into your adulthood and as it does become your career and not just your passion, you know? Yeah. It's
simultaneously way easier to feel motivated and also way harder in certain. They
feel like the extremes right now are like super extreme on either side.
Yeah, it's hard when we know that our album is doing well, our music is doing well, all the singles up until the album, everything's going well, but there's no like tangible thing, especially when we're not touring, to be like, how do we know this is doing well? Like, I'm seeing numbers, but that's not doing anything to me. And also,
till you see them numbers at the bank account, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I mean, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it, though. Yeah. Like, there's like this projection of, you guys are doing so well, like you guys must be making so much money, whatever.
That's not the reality.
No. Before this tour, I had $12. Literally $12.
You could borrow some money if you
No, I mean, like, I'm just saying.
You good?
It's like,
are you all right?
I'm
all
fine.
Right, okay.
I'm good. But we make it work. But I'm just saying, it's like, it's not as...
Yeah, that's terrifying. And that makes it seem like this is a job and a career that you guys are thriving at, but at the same time, maybe it doesn't feel like there's security in it at times.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's just...
We're different about it.
It's hard because it takes a lot to like do it well. Yeah. So we're spending all the money that we're making is going into
marketing, into promo, and all that.
Not even marketing just and promo, just like paying everybody,
paying people who are like good at what they do to make sure.
Well, that's fantastic, because that money that you throw at talented people comes back to you in karma points, which will eventually, that's the right way to do business.
Yeah,
I mean, and like especially for touring, to have the right people around you is, we've found, super important.
Pays off in mental health.
Yep.
Yeah, like we wouldn't.
I don't regret. Any of it.
No.
Yeah. Right.
But, so we're just like. Yeah, so we're making more money than we've ever made, but we're spending more money than we've ever made.
Yeah,
and that's the point we're
just like waiting for the catch-up point.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
I feel it. You guys are gonna get there.
Thank you.
I know we will.
In winding down this interview, because I feel like we haven't even scratched the surface. I could do this all night with you guys. You're such beautiful, talkative people, but we are running low on time. I do want to ask about you as humans, right? You guys have been working together since you were teenagers, like you said. You guys have been acquiring fans over the last 10 plus years. Oftentimes I think artists, athletes, whoever is in front of the camera, they start to get recognized for their output and what they do, but people sort of associate who they are with what they do and get this two-dimensional understanding of them as humans. So what is something, or what are things that you guys enjoy doing outside of music that that are, perhaps quirky or just make you human? You know what I'm saying? Like hobbies or anything. Just
we really like Zelda.
Video games seem to be a thing with you guys.
Video games.
Yeah.
I love animals.
Yeah.
I just love being around animals.
Again, shout out dogs.
Shout out dogs.
No. You got a cat?
Shout out Sprout.
That's your dog or your cat?
My cat.
What kind of cat is it?
She's a shelter cat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Amazing.
What else? I feel like I genuinely really like to do music all the time.
Yeah. That's your thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so you guys are two-dimensional people then.
Yeah, I guess.
There's not a lot of depth here.
No. Video games, music.
Are you still like a lifelong learner? Are you educating yourself in your free time as still like searching for things and reading a lot?
Well, just the other day you were looking up saguaro cactus facts.
I've looked up so many plant facts.
Do you have a lot of plants?
No, I don't. I just I need to know everything anything I think of, I need to look it up.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I just hit the I have a dozen houseplants age.
Yeah.
Wow. I used to always think my mom was so weird for having so many houseplants. I'm like, why do you do this? And now I just hit this age where I'm like, oh yeah, it's Sunday. I can't wait to water all my plants.
Wow.
Fuck, it's fun, dude.
That's amazing.
You guys gotta get some plants on the tour bus.
I'm really bad at plants.
You're so bad at plants. When we live together, he kills every plant. It's unbelievable the amount.
I still have one, Marsha the aloe plant. She's really hanging on.
Marsha should not be alive, but she...
Aloes are hard to kill.
She looked really bad for a while.
She's all right now.
She's strong. She's going strong.
She is. Marsha's...
Your mom has Marsha right now.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Marsha as well.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to thank you guys for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm looking forward to seeing the show tonight. Before we go, do you want to shout out your socials? Tell people where to follow you online?
We are
Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
Now Band on Instagram, Twitter.
I think Twitter too. I think Now Music on Facebook.
And NowNowMusic.com.
YouTube, what's your YouTube channel?
Now Official.
There you go.
That's the YouTube. We don't know.
I think that's it.
I think it's
Now Official. You could search Now on YouTube, and I'm sure videos will pop up.
It's the internet.
Google it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up with the name change? Why'd you guys change your band name?
It was too
No one ever got it right.
No one ever got it right. It was too long. No one needs it.
Yeah.
We didn't need it. No one needs it.
There you go.
Just chop it off.
All right. Well, there you have it. I think we did what we came to do. My name is Lee. Some of you guys might know me as Intuition. You can follow me on Twitter at It's Intuition, Instagram at It's Intuition, all that stuff. Be sure to look up Now on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. Listen to their new album, Saved. It's on whatever your preferred streaming platform is, and you might be able to catch them on tour in a city near you soon. Thank you guys so much. This was You Feel Me. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to You Feel Me. If you want to hear more, go to skullcandy.com/music. Want a pair of headphones like the ones we used for today's episode? As a special thanks to our listeners, we're giving you 30% off your next Skullcandy order with the promo code MUSICYOUCANFEEL. That's MUSICYOUCANFEEL. Subscribe on YouTube or your favorite podcast app now to stay up to date on our latest episodes.